If I like the way how someone else is, doesn't mean my way is not good or is not working or is not beautiful. It only means it's different. Shaking Angles, un espacio donde evaluamos el mundo desde diferentes ángulos. Welcome back to another episode of Shaking Angles. My name is Nairet Mesones and I'm so honored for you choosing this space to get some new ideas. And let's get into it. We admire what's different and we compare ourselves with others. Even though when we shouldn't do it and we say don't compare yourself with others. But I don't know for you, but for myself, it was naturally since I was little, I was comparing myself with others. And the first comparison that I did was when I was a teenager. I had a friend that she was skinnier than me, and she was like, my bottom is big, and her bottom was small. So I admired that, but it wasn't like I admired. I was the person that I was thinking like, or I want to have that body like her. Look, I have heard nowadays the ads and magazine has put ourselves some standards. If I'm honest, I don't think it was the magazines or the TV or someone else because as I said, the first comparison I did, it was with my friend from school. So the funny thing was one day she told me, Nairet, I want to have the bottom as you have it. And my mind exploded because it was interesting that she was admiring, she wanted to have it. And at some point she was like, I want the bottom as you have it. I'm going to get it done and all that. And it was interesting because I was wishing her bodies, her shape, and she was wishing mine. When I realized that she was admiring and wishing my shape, and I was wishing her shape, I started thinking, mine is nice and hers is good as well. We admire what's different to what we have. And I started looking to my qualities differently because I started appreciating and understanding that it was only a different way of beauty. She was beautiful, I admire her, but my shape and my way, it was also beautiful. It was only different to hers. Now, thinking on that, a lot of times we see beauties and we admire someone and we think because that's beautiful, we think my way is ugly or maybe I'm not comfortable or happy with that. But if we think about both ways are in the world, both are beautiful, just different. When we understand our balance, how we are, like everything is perfectly assembly. Of course, it wasn't assembly, it was just created, but it is perfect. The way how we work, our body is amazing. Everything that does for us, and we are able to think, walk, and do anything that we want because of our body. Everything that we want and we are able to do. And we have to appreciate that. We have to understand if I like the way how someone else is, doesn't mean my way is not good or is not working or is not beautiful. It only means it's different. And that's something that we need to get in our blood. When we embrace that fact that our way is also beautiful, is amazing, and everything that we have, we start feeling more comfortable and happy with ourselves. We stop chasing being in a different way. Another thing that I didn't like about myself, and I was at some point I wanted to change it, was the fact my breast is small. And I was uncomfortable. I wanted to get it done as well. But the first thing that stopped me from doing that was the risks in regards of having the procedure. I noticed never ever everything is going to look beautiful in all kind of bodies. If we notice like one type of dress goes in one shape of body, when I notice like okay, this type of dress doesn't go well in someone who has big breasts. I realized I would change that. I would have changed as well the type of clothes that I use. So I did decide, I don't want to change my body because I like this clothes. I like how I am. I wouldn't like or I wouldn't take the risks behind of the procedure. So definitely I'm happy with this. And the choice is there. When you notice what you have and the benefits and the good sides of being or having it in that way, even if we wouldn't have the choice of changing it, we can be happy and observing what's the good part of having that quality in that way. To me, I learned how to admire my own kind of beauty, but I also know how to admire different kind of beauty to mine. I mean, that's amazing because we are all beautiful in different ways. And when you see that, when you embrace that idea, you will stop fighting against standards or people saying something. And at the end, we just need to accept in the way how we are because it is not about being a strong build or skinnier or taller or smaller. It is just about being ourselves. Another fact, when I came here to Australia, I noticed we have a lot of products in the market to get the skin tan. And then I saw a lot of blonde girls getting the hair dye dark. And it was interesting because back home, a lot of people would dye their hair to blonde. And another thing was back in Venezuela, a blonde girl would be very exotic. And when we came here, my cousin and me were very exotic. It was interesting how we caught the attention of a lot of people for, I don't know, maybe the way how we are. Or, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure, but I noticed the difference. And then I realized, I definitely confirmed there, we admire what's different. And on seeing that, of course, I got more strength in the fact that we are all beautiful in our own way. So if we like and we enjoy, using products and changing anything, that's cool because the important thing is to feel good and be happy with what we have. Thankfully, we have the opportunity, we have the technology to do anything that we want, but doing it from a place where we are accepting ourselves regardless how we look, regardless what we have. And on saying so, I want to say also, I have heard a lot of times that our low self-esteem is due to magazines, to social media, to anything that it might be in our environment. But I don't consider we should give the control of ourselves to something external. At the end, the difference is the perception that we have about our quality and the confidence that we have on being our way. Doesn't matter if someone put, I don't know, maybe a miss or anything on side of me or in front of me. They are beautiful. I'm going to say that's amazing that you have it in that way and you are like that. But it's also amazing to be in my way. When you are totally confident with yourself on being in any way how you are, doesn't matter what others say. You're going to be so stick to your way and happy with who you are because no one can take away that from you. Love every cell of your body. Love the way how it works. Love and understand your own way of beauty. When you will do that and you understand the pros and cons, and maybe for me having a big bottom size, it meant to have stretch marks and cellulite and a lot of things. Maybe that's the downside of being that way, and that's why I didn't like in the first place. But that's the price that I have to pay of having the big bottom size. And that's okay. But for others who has a skinnier shape, they don't have the issue maybe with the stretch marks and the cellulites, but the clothes that they use and the way how it looks is different. But their skin is beautiful, it's healthy, and always in every quality we will have both sides, and observing both sides, we're going to sit very comfortable with what we have, and we're going to embrace our own way. And that's the idea of being comfortable, happy in that particular way as we are. So the takeaway from today, if we admire what's different, we can also admire our own way of beauty. Appreciate the good sides of being in that way is gonna give you the confidence of having that value, of having that quality. Accepting ourselves with pros and cons will help us as well to be comfortable with ourselves. And something that has helped me, admiring the internal and amazing things that are happening within me, has helped me to give more value than how I look and the external. At the end, having self-esteem is having the right perception of ourselves, is having that admiration, beauty, that side that we could admire from ourselves as anyone else could do it. So thank you for being here. I hope you have enjoyed. And if you do, please share it. Remember that sharing is more and better. Let's connect in the next episode. We're gonna be talking about planning. I have mentioned a couple of times about having wins. We need wins in our daily basis. But the truth is, how are we going to get the wins if we haven't planned? So let's talk about it and discuss a little bit more and see what are going to be the first steps of having a plan towards what we want. Thank you for being here, and let's connect in the next episode. Bye-bye.